very interesting qualifying session. You've got to say, from what we've seen already, if Lorenzo gets it right, he should be in pole position as he was last year. Sometimes it doesn't work right.
Well, yeah, and this is the session where we always say this gives us the biggest indication about the race. This is like a dress rehearsal, if you like, for the race. Well, it's Andrea Iannone who leads the way by over 0.2 of a second. We're interested to see what happens with Lorenzo now changing his front tyre to see what pace he can get down to. But Andrea Iannone's been in control of the session for quite some time, so looking good again for Ducati and the Italian.
Another example, wasn't it, of Rossi running it wider in 13, then the Ducatis had come in really tight. It's Cal Crutchlow. Crutchlow did well this morning, just got into that perfect weather conditions. A massive crowd here. And we just hope that the weather forecast is wrong about tomorrow.
Well, we're getting our answer pretty quick about Jorge Lorenzo and how he's getting on with that new medium front tyre, because he's quick through the first sector. He's only 100th of a second outside of Iannone's best pace, so hasn't taken him long to get adjusted to that medium front. Jorge Lorenzo comes now through 8 and then hard bank through turn number 9.
Second sector time, he's up through it as well. Now races downhill, down towards the Kevin Schwantz corner. Named after that, a 1993 500cc world champion. Still a great favourite here. A great favourite everywhere, actually, Kevin Schwantz. And we often see him at the races as Lorenzo into turn 11. 12 coming up, and then when he starts pointing it uphill and opening the throttle, a third sector time will come up.
He can top spot here. He does 1:56.275, 2,000ths of a second clear of Andrea Iannone.
Here is at turn 1, Jorge Lorenzo. We have 6.5 to go. Lorenzo Iannone, Rossi Marquez, Vinales Dovizioso, Pedrosa Barbara, Alessio Spargo, Cal Crutchlow, Brandy Smith 11, Paul Spargo, Redding Petrucci, Braga Batista, Lavadira, Baz and Hernandez.
He looks good, Lorenzo, doesn't he? 9,000ths of a second. He's closing quickly on Andrea Dovizioso.
Coming into the stadium section now, you look away to the right now, over his right shoulder. An amazing, jam-packed grass bank place to watch. Leicester City versus Arsenal later this evening. Up the hill they come, Lorenzo still on an absolute cracking lap. Up through 11 and 12, let's see if it's going to be a red once again for Jorge Lorenzo. Actually, the lap time doesn't matter, it's just the fact that he can keep doing it well. Very, very slightly off as he closes up on Iannone into turn 13. One would imagine that's the one he'd really like to use, isn't it? After the problems we've seen him have at other places. But that's a decision he would make. Probably not after this session, but how the weather is. Here's our tyre expert anyway.
Well, Iannone came in, as he got off his bike, he pointed directly to his number 1 machine and said, no, I want that one. So what the team is now having to do, though, is because the type of spec rear shock he liked wasn't his number 2 bike, the one he was riding. So they're just having to pop that one back in. Not an awful lot of time left, but he will at least get a head out on those used tyres, just to verify that he definitely wants that number 1 machine.
Down the hill towards turn 5 comes Marquez, running in 3rd place, but on a decent lap. Just over 3.5 minutes to go. Free practice 4 here at Brno. It's round 11 at the MotoGP World Championship. Everybody now getting excited about qualifying. Qualifying 1, then the big shootout. Qualifying 2. Both of them 15 minutes of pure drama.
Yeah, Marquez climbed up inside the top 3 last time around, and he could be putting Lorenzo and Iannone under a bit of threat. He will be putting Lorenzo and Iannone under threat. Marquez up by just over 1/10 of a second through that second sector.
Races down towards turn 10 to Kevin Schwantz.
In with a shout, possibly of second place.
I would say second when you crosses the line. Those lanes in 3rd, but you won't be unhappy about the laps. Those 6 or certainly those 5, that depends on Andrea Dovizioso, who we're watching now, could be fighting it out once again. If it's wet, who knows what is going to happen.
If it's wet, then all kinds of names come into the equation. Petrucci, Redding,
dead right.
Crutchlow.
The only thing I'd say about if it is wet tomorrow, last year after the Brno GP, there was a Michelin test where they had to, this was obviously before Michelin fully came into the season, and it was also wet. And there were a few people like Petrucci, Bradley Smith, that put in a lot of testing at this track in wet conditions with Michelin tyres. So maybe some of those guys could bring a bit of a surprise.
We'll wait and see. We'll keep our fingers crossed about the weather, as these guys will. But as I said at the start, it has never been a wet 500cc or MotoGP race on the modern circuit when racing started here in 1987.
That's amazing, isn't it?
It is. When somebody said it to me, somebody asked me actually, you rack your brain, I can't really remember when I thought
Well, it's never rained at Silverstone for the last 20 years or Donington, has it?
Those Vinales and Rossi. Checkered flag is being readied, a very important free practice 4 session. We'll have a chat with Dylan about that in a minute. So across the line they will both come. The session is over for Vinales. Of laps 13 for Maverick Vinales and 13 for Valentino Rossi. And that's probably almost as important as the lap times, isn't it? That I would have put that number of laps into
The contenders, if it's dry tomorrow in that session, Lorenzo, Udani, Marquez, Rossi and Vinales just a step ahead of the Mark VDS team. Christian Gabarini, who'll be Jorge Lorenzo's crew chief, giving Cal Crutchlow a lift back, I'm sure. Well, that's the second bike today.
this morning, or well, it's after, this morning, wasn't it, in Moto2?
That OCR Honda. What's happened is that Crutchlow's lost the front, the bike slid on, then as soon as it's hit the grass, it's dug in, hit the tyre barrier, and then bolted the fence.